Field dynamics, intuitive public TV. You have powers you never realized. I and we have built intuitive community media network architecture specifically to demonstrate this effect, where no one could possibly believe that it could happen, and yet it happens again and again and again. Your position in your web of relationships has foundational effects on your life energy, your ability to repair your body after injury, your function, your resilience, your capacity. These are not traits that are solely about your individual human body. They are about you, yes, and they are about the living ecology that you are part of inherently, even though so many of us have been taught that we are totally separate. Whew. I am having experiences, and they are profound experiences. I'm especially grateful right this moment to Ryan Erickson and Tony Budak in Cincinnati and the greater Youngstown area, respectively. I have been encountering ways of languaging the solutions we've discovered in our work in the Intuitive Network that I had not previously had the privilege to encounter. There's been a lot of really amazing work over the past few years, and just in this past few weeks, I guess like June and July, there is a surge of collective vitality, and that can happen in confusing and disorienting ways. For instance, a number of times just in that stretch, things have looked bleak. Really, really bleak. I'll spare you the details. The roughest, most difficult nightmare situations. Were I to describe them to you, you would be stunned by the weight of them. And one of my practices, and something that we tend to practice in groups in the network, is the recognition that the very worst circumstances are a sign of the truest miracles already unfolding. That those most horrifying experiences we have are part and parcel of the sine wave, where the blessings swell from whatever that really horrible thing is or was, what we become, how we are strengthened, how we are nourished, how we learn, what our bodies do with stressors, because our bodies are so amazing and magical. The one thing is informed by the other thing. The worst experiences we have are already the beginnings of miracles that they become. And when we know that, we are able to navigate in extremely powerful ways. When we are recognizing and honoring and feeding the web of relationships, the ecosystem we are part of, when we are tending to relational integrity in that social fabric, when we are practicing attuned presencing with one another, when we are remembering deeply the true power of our living bodies and the living collective body, When we practice those intuitive network tool sets, that intuitive energetic, we have resourcing we could never previously have imagined. And the direst of circumstances is transmuted, is transformed in ways we never otherwise could have predicted, except once we begin to practice together in those ways, it happens over and over again. And we get better at predicting it. We get better at saying, oh, wow, this is horrible. This is like that other thing that happened. Am I going to survive this? Are we going to survive this? Well, wow, like we have a shared memory in the collective body of what happened before, even if it's just bits and glimpses. Could something like that happen now? Could something different and similar happen now? Could something even better and more resonant and more powerful happen now? It is beyond words. I am full of gratitude. This builds the intuitive economic. This is foundational to the economic vitality of all our individual lives, all our families, all our communities, our greater regions, our populations. This is restoring the health of individual and collective physiology, the economic increments being exchanged in the body, oxygen and nutrients, and all of the little bits, living electricity that moves in the body, the breath that moves in the body, what nourishes you, the foods you eat, and the relationships you have, and everything else that is nourishment for the living body. That's economics. And the relationship between you and me, that is also economics. What we build together, how we thrive together, how we nourish one another, how we share meals and sing songs together, how we tell stories and share with one another, how we learn from one another. This is the intuitive economic. This is a form of economics that many of us never learned about before we encountered the intuitive economic. And the richness of this, the true wealth in this, it's worth everything that we're going through in order to achieve it. And in our bodies, the more we build that relational fabric, the more we build our interconnectedness in the living ecosystem that is all of us, the more easily we're able to recognize that when challenges come, when initiatory portals are occurring, when we don't know what's going to happen, except that we have these powers to use individually and together that completely change the game. What a pleasure and a privilege it is for me to get to do this here with you. Let's keep practicing.